Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Everybody out there in the internet, welcome to TKKN for July 2020. So, I'm going off script for this episode. I don't have my usual notes on my phone. I'm just gonna go down the outline of each section, but I don't actually have it pre-written out. So things might go off the rails. It's whatever, dudes and ladies and stuff. So, yeah. China Tekken, if you don't know, is basically I have three main things I talk about. So, number one, videos I'm working on for the channel. Number two, change the stuff on the channel. Number three, IRL stuff. Under videos I'm working on, there's subcategories, playthroughs and streams, vlogs, DIY, do-it-yourself stuff, how-tos and other stuff I might be making for the channel. The other two categories don't have subcategories because they are things that happened or didn't, and then anecdotes and asides sprinkled in. So, videos I'm working on. Let's see. Thronebreaker right now is the big, or not the big, but the main game right now on the channel. I'm trying to wrap that up, but my, shadow play on my 1070 Ti or whatever NVIDIA GeForce not modern video card is not willing to cooperate. So, just trying to, have a working stream for that. And I'm pretty sure I'm in the last area, but if I'm not, then I guess we'll see how many more sections of the game there is. But yeah, I still am kind of down on that game just because it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Because going from, like I said last time, Gwent and Witcher 3 to Gwent, and then Gwent and Thronebreaker, there's three different versions of Gwent, so it's just, it's not three different versions, it kind of is though, because the cards in Gwent and the cards in Thronebreaker are the same, but they play separately, like I said last time, so the properties are different, and all the puzzle battles are just completely different than a 1v1 scenario of outscore your opponent, win the round, win 2 rounds, win the match. So different formats and different things make it different, but it's whatevs, man. I do enjoy the story though. I do enjoy. It's weird because it's I as much as I enjoy the story and the scenario, it's I kind of wish that they didn't build it around a Gwent game, and it could have been its own thing, or just something else of just being Mieve in that in that time and doing that stuff. But I did finally get to the part where you bump into Geralt, which is kind of funny because it happens and it's over. It's just he's in there for you blink and miss it cameo, and it's what? I mean, I'm fine with that because it says The Witcher tells, and it was just nice to see that perspective of that universe from someone of royalty. So because Geralt has all these interactions with everybody in that universe, so to see how they would react to things and see it from their perspective. It kind of reminds me of the Telltale Game of Thrones game, where you have basically each character is a tier up or down on the hierarchy of that society. So you have the the kings and queens, handmaiden, I'm trying to think is that character a knight, or is he just a peasant? But whatever, you've got you've got you know how it was back in the day. You had king, noble, commoner, merchant, peasant, serf. It doesn't go all the way down that far in the Game of Thrones game. You interact with those people, but you don't play those people essentially. But I thought that was cool. Just a nice, refreshing take on that, the Witcher universe. Just see it from that perspective. And that when when you do bump into the Witchers, it is still the thing of that's what they're there to do. They just have monsters for coin. That's their role in that universe. So, and then everybody else is basically it's and from your perspective as the queen, you can see how being more, it felt in my playthrough anyway, when I was trying to be more merciful versus more ruthless, it always backfired. So it seems it just I mean, not to say the game pushes you to be more hardline and severe with your servants, or not servants, but your people. I'm trying to think. There's a word for that. It's the people of your realm. I forgot. There's a word. There's a phrase or something. But I don't want to say underlings because that's not it. But yeah, the people who live in your kingdom, who are the citizenry, it's like it's like an interesting like relationship because it's like they it's yeah it's whatever because it's just weird because it's like so antiquated and outdated, but it is like just that's just like the way it happens to be, and it's just like the interactions with them, just like or the interactions with like all the characters throughout the game is just super interesting, just from that specific role and that perspective as the queen, and like how you're basically above everybody else except for like all the Nilfgaardians that like want to depose you and stuff, or just like the other uh, people outside of your kingdom. Well, I guess that's not true. Sometimes if they're outside your kingdom but like below you, they'll still like look up to you. But a lot of times they do just want to like knock you off your pedestal or just take you a notch down. I feel like that's very much very neat and I enjoyed it. I don't have it in front of me, so give me a minute here. I will open up a browser because I can like look in real time of like what I've been playing besides that. I mean, Tsushima was great, man. It was great, and I got through it, and I'm looking forward to replaying it eventually. But it's like I'm kind of like already on to the next thing. So it's like like just thinking about like all the praise I could like lump onto it. I mean, not that it doesn't deserve it. It's just I'm trying to like remember like what I said. So it's just, but it's yeah. It was easily the best of the new games I've played this year. So or like or I should say of the 5 games that are like at the top of my list because I'm only getting 5 games, but it's like I think there's a couple I forgot about, so I'm actually probably getting more. But it's like of the big 5, I'll just say, like that one's at the top so far. And then besides that, it's just Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us Part Two, Resident Evil 3, Nemesis. It's not called that. It's called like whatever. Resident Evil 3 Remake. It's not called Nemesis this time, so it's called like it's got like a weird name because it's not. It's like not Nemesis isn't in the title. But like that, those 3, and then Cyberpunk 2077, obviously in November. So now I'm just waiting until November because that's the next new game this year that I'm itching to play. But man, Tsushima definitely took the crown for the game that I've enjoyed so far this year. The most out of those because there's the setting, the setting, and the characters and the story and the gameplay, specifically the gameplay, because it's just oh my gosh, the confrontation system when you could just like call out the enemy and like show down with them and then like kill them in one blow, and then like eventually you could like upgrade that skill tree to have up to 3, and then you get the Sakai armor and you can have up to 6 or something. It it was so good. The duel system is amazing because it's just like 1v1 mono and mono, and all the settings for all the duels are just really well done as far as like where they take place. Graphics are amazing. The game looks fantastic, absolutely stunning. Just so many picturesque landscapes. I took so many share button screenshots with that, and it has a photo mode, and I probably would enjoy playing around with it, but it's just like it's whatever, man. I don't need to, so. And then yeah, it's like the honorable versus the dishonorable, stealth versus non-stealth. There's so much like mixing and matching going on as far as like what you could do, depending on like how you're playing, and like it's not so rigid as you're not stuck into playing one way. There are 'cause there are certain instances in the game where it's like don't get spotted, blah blah blah, but that's like very few and far between. On one hand, I could count like that happens, so it's not even that bad. And like even then, the sequences aren't that hard, or they're not like super impossible. So or the difficulty is not that crazy. They added a lethal difficulty, I believe, and something else. I'm really hoping they add New Game Plus. That way, I can just like start a playthrough with my platinum trophy file, and then black and white mode with the Japanese subtitles in the Kurosawa mode. That's really all it's left for me to do in that game because I just want to play through it like that to see how it is with that filter on it. I played around with it a bit, but it wasn't like from the beginning, so I was like kind of like not really wanting to play through the beginning again. So I was like, I'll come back to this some other time. Yeah, once again, I'm gonna apologize because I don't have a pop filter on my mic, and I can hear myself breathing because it's in a weird position. So, and it's too sensitive, or not too sensitive, but it's just really close to my mouth and blah blah blah. But yeah, kind of, yeah. It's like I can't really do anything about that. The budget on for the channel, so it's like non-existent. So you get what you get. Every Friday night I'm playing Everybody's Golf with my Gear Advisory panel friends. So, look, I mean, if you're, you're into that, check that out. Uh, what else? Saturday, I will be, well, starting this Saturday anyway. I'm gonna be playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign online with that one app. I don't even remember what it's called. But yeah, just online with my friends. So there might be a way to record that and stream that. So that might be coming to the channel eventually, or not, whatever. I fell off on Destiny 2, man. I'm kind of out right now. Like I think I'm done. I've said that like 3 times before, or 2 or 3 times before, but this is like legit the last time because next gen's coming. I don't want to be tied down to that game, and I want to just like be able to enjoy games as they release. And like I had kind of went back on that recently, where it's just like, I can come back to this game anytime and it's always fun, but it's like it's it's I don't know. On the one hand, there's that, but it's like the other positive and negatives. The negatives outweigh the positives in my opinion, and just I've just not had a good time with it, and I feel like it's like I always end up having a very toxic relationship with it, where it brings out the worst in me and just makes me very negative. So if I don't play that game and just like get it out of my life, I'll be a much happier, better person. It's like I'll miss playing with my friends, but it's like ultimately it's like there's other games, so it's whatever. So, but yeah, man, the seasonal release, just the way that Bungie handled that has just not been, in my opinion, very good. So I'm not really looking forward to like more of that. And they have like all these other things like lined up into the future, and it's like, dude, I've put how much time? I mean, the time thing is not like whatever, because that's just the way the game is. But like, I put like how much money into this so far, and it's like I'm going to keep buying more and more. I mean, yeah, it's free to play, but it's like, thanks but no thanks. Pass. I mean, it's possible, if that stuff is like free in the free to play version, maybe, but I highly doubt it's not going to be only season pass holders, content. So we'll see. I mean, I guess there's that, like, since it is free to play, there's always the open door of like maybe come back and check it out when it's less terrible garbage, or like when they finally fix it and it's not that terrible, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so this is June, right? Well, it's July now, but wow, my brain. Played a lot of Gwent. I think I'll have like maybe one more stream of that on the channel at the start of the next season, and then after that, like that's it. Because there's no reason to really go back and be like, all right, here's another super long video of me playing Gwent, because it's kind of the same old, so nothing really new to report there, So yeah. Also, it's like I keep meaning to put these at the beginning of the month. I'm just kind of lose because I like doing one like back to back day to day. If I do like one for like a Chango Tekken for August, I feel like it just, I don't know, it's weird. So that's probably like why it took me like another month to like build up the desire to do one again. I kind of wasn't, but then I was like, I've been doing Chango Tekken every month this year for like so far for a year. So it's like I want like if I have a streak of like Chango Tekken for a month for a year, I'll be happy, and I can like let it go into hiatus and like take a break from it or whatever. Because like I said last time, I am kind of just considering taking a break from the channel anyway. So, but as long as I'm playing stuff, it's like, I'll just stream it to Twitch and then upload it here, blah, blah, blah. It's a nice content pipeline, or some whatever. It's that to an extent. So yeah. Wow, I just clicked on the wrong button. Yeah, I did I didn't talk about Last of Us 2. I don't believe in the last video, but I did enjoy it. You know, it wasn't. I mean, I didn't have a bad reaction like a lot of other people. I feel like the pacing was really off, but as far as gameplay goes, it's a fun time. So, you know, mechanically it's sound. The story, I just some of the choices they made as far as like to like the story is fine. It's just I feel like it's a bit like it's easy to see what they're trying to do, and like so in that regard it didn't really have the emotional impact that the first game had when I played it. Like what they like the stuff that they I feel like they tried to do on some of the parts. I'm being ambiguous because I don't want to spoil anything, but I did enjoy it. So if they make another, I'm down. But I don't think overall I enjoyed it as much as the first game, just because it was like the pacing was off, and like the scenario and story, while good, were not as good as the first game. Because like the first one, you go across the country with Ellie, form this bond, stuff goes down, things happen along the way. It's a good ride. Second game, not so much. It's like that they kind of threw out the formula. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, they don't have to like do the same thing every time, but like what they try to do, I don't really feel like they succeeded. Like the open world aspect, I did enjoy, but it wasn't. I feel necessary for like what they were trying to do. It did make the world feel bigger, but then it also just felt. It kind of made it feel like when you're bonding with NPCs, it wasn't as close as it was of a bond as you had with Ellie in the first game when you're going from Boston to Pittsburgh to Colorado to, or was it Utah? Well, Colorado and then Utah, I believe. But like just each season in the first game, and like those chapter breaks and like the cut to blacks and like the cold opens or the quick cuts at the end. Those are like some much more well done, I believe. I feel like than they were in the like Seattle Day 1, Seattle Day 2, in part 2. Still a good game, but I would just say not as good as the first. That's just my opinion. Man. Also, Witcher 3, man. I finished my second playthrough, and yeah, it's still my effing favorite because the second epilogue I got, it's on the channel. I haven't uploaded these, but completely different than my first epilogue. So just like the fact that Witcher 2 had like that final chapter in Alchemween, or I don't remember where it was at now, but I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, like the entire final chapter feels like an epilogue of like stuff that happens in that last area. Or is it? Oh wait, no, you do have a bit of a playable epilogue at the end. Never mind, you do have that bit at the end where stuff goes down with Leto, and it's like or Letho, and it's like yep, that I forgot about that. But yeah, that's cool. It's like it's even better than that because it's like just a solid chunk of game that you get, and just like your choices, the consequences. And the first time through, I was like kind of angry because it was just like really bad, and I was like, dude, what happened? But then I thought about it after I looked at the animatics, and I was like, okay, well this makes sense here, of like, if you don't go against Radovid, then he can unite the North against the Nilfgaardian threat. So it's like you kind of can't help your bros in that cool side quest, which is a bummer, but it's like ultimately you know, it's positive for the kingdom. So I thought that was an interesting like how like one side quest can just like have such a major shift in the outcome of the game. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying like to breathe here, and like I gotta find like I'm trying to find a place where I can like put my mic and it doesn't pick up every time I exhale. So it's just bummer. Anyway, what else? What else? What else? Gwent, Witcher 3, Airways Golf. Talked about Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I played some Iceborne as well. Alatrion. That's on the channel. Every time something new comes out, obviously I'm gonna play it and then put it up on the channel for Monster Hunter 'cause I love that game. So that's the thing. Armello. Yeah, I went through like a while of just like looking on my PS4's hard drive and just like alphabetically, as far as like, it's on there alphabetically, so it's not actually, I didn't go through it alphabetically. And that's just how it's displayed. But I just like went down the list of like what I would like to play next, what I would like to play next, or like what's next on the list. And so even though I said like I don't know what I'm playing after what was it, Thronebreaker, like on the short list is Skyrim and Origami. Origami is like a stealth ninja game, but like since coming off of Last of Us, you know. But then I played Ghost of Tsushima like very unstealth or not stealth, so I kind of like I do kind of want to like replay that and just go like a full stealth and just see how much easier it is or how much easier of a time I have with it, because I feel like I would have just destroyed that game if I played stealthily. I felt like it was very OP. I mean, stealth is OP in games because when it kills, you know, so it's just like sneak up on somebody, kill them, they're dead, and like they don't even know you're there. But it's yeah. So so I kind of like wanted to take a break before I played Origami, because I played all the stealth stuff lately, like you know Last of Us Part 2, and then Tsushima. Even though I didn't play it, stealthy has like a lot of stealth elements. And then towards the end, it doesn't really like. It feels like towards the end, it doesn't really matter if you're playing stealthy or not, because it's like, oh well, you've already had this choice about honor or dishonor. So, but then the reason I played Armello is because I played Gwent, and I had like you know the whole card system. So I was like, okay, what else do I have that's like kind of like card based or board game based elements in it? So that's why I played that, and then I played Tharsis recently. But the only reason I played Tharsis was because my video card was having issues streaming Thronebreaker, and I couldn't stream it that day. So that was also on the short list, but I played it, and it was a bit too hard. So probably not coming back to that. At least not on stream, so probably won't be making any more videos of that. That's also why I made that playlist of like the one-shot stuff. It's like I play it once, and that's that. Then also recently in the studio, I mean I did complain about this like earlier, but I have figured out a way to like go back to my older videos and just like look at them by date. So I can like go back and sift through any of the videos I had before that aren't in a playlist, because I tried to put everything in a playlist. So I want to go back through and like the stuff that's not categorized by playlist, and like have a like make a home for all that stuff that's like just not just like out there in the ether on my channel, and then it's all connected. Talked about Iceborne, talked about Everybody's Golf, and then Comic Talk Podcast. I don't know how often we're gonna be doing that, but I did rename it today, so check that out. There's a new episode up. Then I'm also thinking about doing something for Aimless. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing it on my channel or somewhere else, but just putting that out there that I'm there's an Aimless project I've been thinking of for a while. I'm probably gonna try to put out the first part of it next week at the earliest. So hopefully that can happen. We'll see what happens. It's been weird, dude, because it's like when we were recording on a regular basis, it's like I knew I had like a weekly outlet for like all my like you know gaming thoughts and stuff, but it's like, dude, when it's like I have to like clamp it down and keep it in my brain, it's just like But then also, like I said in the last chat with Tegan, it's like there's all this there's like all this stuff where it's like I would like to be, or like at least on my channel, more of like an activist slant towards things, or just somehow more political, or just maybe just like another channel, but like just there's like that drive and desire as well I'm just having personally. So it's like I need to somehow like reconcile those two. What would that be? Like reconcile those two forces that I'm currently having, as far as like motivations and just passions. I might just make a new channel, because it's like, why, like this is mostly gaming, but it's like, but it's like starting from zero again. It would just really suck, but I think I'll just do that, because yeah, it's like I said last time, dude, it's just I feel very irresponsible, or just it just seems like, yeah, just like in the moment that we're in, to like just sit back and do nothing, just I feel very uncomfortable doing that. So yeah, but yeah, I guess that would be the videos I'm working on section done. I did say something about like the top 5 games for like the last couple months, or for like all year actually. So I need to legit like finally get that knocked out. So we'll see. I mean, that being said, well, I guess I'm not going to talk about September, which is after August. Which is, geez, my brain is just like so spun up right now. But so August, I will be trying to like or not reread, but get caught up on all my X books, like after House of X and Powers of 10. So hopefully I can have that finally on the channel as well. But if not, it's whatever. It's no deal. It's no big deal. If I get through all that, catch up on Saga, and then I got a humble bundle that gave me all the volumes of Walking Dead for like $20 or less than $20. So I want to read through that. I might not put that on here though, because it's not through Comixology, so I'm not sure how easy it is to read it, and it's digital, so it's just I'm not sure like how like the usability of like whatever version of it I got. I'm not sure how good it is. So, but man, I've very much enjoyed the Telltale games. I'm looking forward to like actually checking out the source material of the actual that everything else is based off of. Let's see what else videos I'm working on. Still streaming every day, or trying to anyway. But like I'm not doing it as much time. So I like as time has gone on, I'm just like, dude, it's whatever. I'll come back to it, because even on Twitch, there's like that section that's got like the best standard. Well, it's not called the best standards and practices, but it's got like the best or not. It's got like the tips for when you do stream and blah blah blah. So I want to go through that, and I also want to go through like the YouTube like Creator Academy this month. Well, in August. Jeez, I keep talking like it's August, but do that, and then try to apply all that stuff, and like maybe make all those videos I wanted to like a long time ago. So we'll see. Let's see what else. Vlogs. Nothing to talk about there. Other stuff, not so much either. Changes of stuff on the channel. I am behind on any changes to the channel, because if it's like a monthly thing I was updating before, I've just completely stopped caring about. Well, not stopped caring, but just like I've just gotten super lax on it. Like I haven't made like updates to like, oh man, this month here's the community update on the thing, and like haven't been posting those. So I just don't have. I'm mentally exhausted, man. It's just like 2020 is, like I said last time, it's just sucking, and it's like it's only gonna get worse. And like honestly, I'm just waiting until November and the election, because that's really all I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. Like PS5, like more details on a release date and a price would help, but it's like they're playing chicken with Microsoft, and they're just like they're not blinking, and like at the earliest we'll get it in October. So it's like ultimately, what's it matter anyway? So I can, and then like I'm kind of like less excited, because when I did finally see the games and everything, it just seems like a minor visual upgrade, and I don't have a 4K TV, so I can't even like get 4K visuals. So I'd still have to like upgrade some of my own infrastructure, which sucks because that's expensive. And yeah, so that's a bummer. I'm still looking forward to like all that stuff, but it's like it's kind of just it's like it's very insignificant. I mean, I don't want to say the word insignificant, but I feel like that's like the theme of this year for me, is like everything that is happening like is like it doesn't really matter in like all the existential crisis in like the IRL stuff that's happening. It's like with everything with like COVID-19 and everything, it's like just it like takes much more of a precedent and like more in the front of my mind than everything else. So it's like when I think about that and I think about everything else I have going on, it just feels like nothing else really matters. It's just like, okay, well, does any of this really matter? Like just so I'm having like I'm just like mentally exhausted of like, okay, well, I'm trying to like do all this stuff still, but it's just like, okay, well, do I need to be doing this, or like what's more important? So it's just so I'm still doing it, but it's just like it's kind of just wearing on me. So it's just a drag, and it's like I said, I'm just mentally exhausted, because it's just every day I'm thinking about things that are not that, but it's like I'll keep doing my other stuff, but it's more of a out of habit at this point, versus out of like actually liking and doing it. And I don't want to take like a extended break from like my channel and everything because I don't want to like lose all the viewership I'm not getting. Oh, so you know. So there's that too. It's just yeah. I'm just yeah. But that's the thing is it's every day in 2020. It's just like it doesn't stop, and it's just like every week it's like something else, and it's like, you know, it's like the song that never ends. But it's like instead of like the song never ending, it's like how can things get worse? It's just like, but it always does get worse. And it's like it never stops, and it's just like, dude, there's no bottom. And it's just like, can it please be November? Can it please be November? Can it please be the election today? But it no, which is why it feels like it's been 5,000 effing years. So it's just like, yeah, I'm ready. Everybody else is ready. We're all just effing tired and like over it. But that's not how time works. So or days. So it's just like, yeah, and just a garbage weight game. I mean, I would go more into this, but it's like that's just it that's your thing. Is like last time, constant news, all of it bad. So it's just like, okay, well then we still have two terrible choices, and the platform that was like rejected by the DNC. Thanks. No Medicare for all. No effing well, no legal or not legal, but like you know decriminalization and legalization of marijuana. So it's like whatever. So yeah. But yeah. back to back to the topic at hand. I haven't taken a break. I said I was thinking about taking a break, but it's like I'll just keep going, dude. It's like I just like whenever the stuff like this happens, or just like I'm in a bad or like you know negative mood, I'll just think of like something Marcus Phoenix says in Gears of War when he's like fight through the pain, and you know, like just keep going, because you know eventually you'll get through it. It's not gonna last forever. Hopefully, I mean we'll see, but has to end someday. So. Let's see. IRL stuff, man. IRL stuff is like I don't even know, man. I have nothing to add from last time except for I like it is it just yeah I'm just still super exhausted and just you know yeah, so trying to figure it out. Maybe make another channel to have focused on other things that I would like to have focused on, because that would just be kind of weird if out of the blue I started doing that on this channel. And I don't know, it's whatever, dude. It's like a weird thing as far as like YouTube goes, because you go to Creator Academy and it's like all the videos that they indoctrinate you with as far as like, oh, you should have a brand on your, or not you should have a brand, but like, you know, like what is your personal brand? What gives you passion on videos that you want to make, and you should do that, and like, you know, focus on that, and like have it be this thing. It's like, and you could like, you know, rebrand your channel, but that's really hard, or like you shouldn't do that. So it's like, ugh, it's just, so it's like, yeah, hopefully I can just like go through. I mean, it's not like I have anything else going on, so it's like, you know, at least there's that. But go through Creator Academy, see if I can like learn anything, get better at anything, and then just like reapply all that stuff to my channel, because I've been doing the streaming thing on Twitch and like no breaking through still. So another month down, another month failed at that. So yippee skippy. I mean, that being said, not queen at that either. So also need to like go through the. I mean, they have like a way more condensed and simpler version of their Creator Academy. It's like 3 videos of like here are treatment, or here's some tips for when you want to stream on Twitch. So yeah, just the basics. But yeah, I would go more into that, but just I just went in the video, so it's like, yeah, let's just wrap it up here. 2020 sucks. It continues to suck. Could get better, could get worse, but it will probably get worse, because does it really ever get better? Not really. And then it's like it might get better, but then it's like it will always inevitably get worse. So yeah. Crap, there was something I wanted to say. It was like, oh my gosh, it's whatever, dude. So yeah, like I said, Origami, the stealth game, and then also I'm gonna play Skyrim this weekend, because my co-host my friend Buff74 was like, oh man, check out Skyrim. I know you poo-pooed all the time, so I'm gonna give it a fair shake. Uh, and then I might end up playing through it and streaming it and then putting it up on the channel. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is it for now. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share it with your friends or not. That's cool too. And until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching. And I'm now signing off.